Hi, sabi desu. Please like and sabi desu.
Alright, Merry Christmas everyone. Hope you are having a nice one. Hope you're gonna get many presents if it hasn't been Christmas for you yet. Hope you're gonna be satisfied with presents as well. Okay, so today we are going to oh shit, that's a lot of people. Today we are going to be talking about I'm gonna be showing you the top 5 units in All-Star Tower Defense. Yeah, so for me, this list is gonna be based on my opinion and I'm going to justify them as best as I can. And you know, this list I can promise you is highly credible. Like, it should be good, you know. Like, just get any of these units, max level them, and you should be set for the game, like the entire game. So before that, I'm gonna need you to subscribe real quick if you haven't and like the video. Also comment, please. Crazily one, Lord God, please bestow me your power. And no cap, if you haven't got any of these 5 units, you will get it. Crazily one, ho ho ho, Merry Christmas, Santa Claus, he gonna give you the present straight at your door, no cap. Alright, but anyways, let's go through the list. At number 5, we have Nezuko from Demon Slayer, also known as Nezichi. So she's a 4-star AoE circle ground unit who excels at taking out large crowds of enemies with her high damage and large AoE. Now if we take a look at her level 80 stats, she costs $900 to put down, so that doesn't make it too viable to put down. Damage 179, which is a lot, and range being 25, 4 seconds per attack as well. So if you look at her stats just like that, she's really expensive to put down at the beginning, so she's not too good of a starter. So usually she comes in at like wave 40 or something like that, yeah, and then usually she's paired with Toga who can carry at the beginning. Now if we look at her level 80 max upgrade stats, she costs 6,400 to place in total, with damage being 805 and range 55, and seconds per attack remaining the same. So this makes her one of the highest damage per second in game, also one of the largest range in game. She's really good at story mode and infinite mode, and definitely in trials as well. The only downside of her is that she only hits bleeding units, but this is easily recovered by having a few Togas or like the new Maki. Not to mention, she's only 4 stars, so she's really easy to get, so I would definitely recommend anyone at all to get her. At number 4, we have Ace from One Piece, also known as Spade in ASTD. So Ace is one of my favorite 5-star characters, or actually one of my favorite units. He's actually the first 5-star I got from this game. But other than that, he's a very good starter, and he's the only cleave unit in the game which does burn damage. Now if we take a look at its base stats, he costs $450 to put down. Damage 44.75, range 20, seconds per attack 3. Now if we take a look at this, the true damage is actually 223.75. How do we get that? We take 44.75 times by 5, which takes everything after the burn damage, like a total of that. Now if we take a look at seconds per attack, it's 3, which makes him shoot incredibly quickly. Now with that, he also does 223 damage, which means that he almost instantly kills any unit at all once he touches it, almost like a poison, but this is burn effect. But looking at his stats like that, it makes him one of the best starters in the game. Now if we take a look at his level 80 stats, he would cost 3,900 to put down, and his damage would be 286.39, and his range being 31. Also seconds per attack 2.5, so he has reduced from 3 to 2.5. So this makes him shoot much quicker now, and his true damage would be 1,431.95. So he's a really good cliff unit, which also does burn damage, so he can take care of like bosses, cloners, air units, basically any. He's a good all-rounder. The only weakness is that he doesn't shoot that quick, so he may miss some units, unlike some AoE, but most of them, you know, that can be easily fixed by putting down like more aces, and there you go. You have a flamethrower factory. At number 3, we have Light Yagami from Death Note, also known as Kira. He's a 5-star support type unit. He's also a unique unit because he only has use for his ability. It doesn't just work like a normal unit. So Kira is one of the most expensive units in the game. If you look at his base stats, he would cost 20k to put down and deal 17,000 damage. If we round it up, it would be 18,000. And his range is incredibly large, 60, and SPA is really high, 500 seconds, which also equates to 8 minutes and 33 seconds. So if we use Kira in-game, we would use his right name ability to swipe out anything at all. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, he's also AoE, so technically, every unit in its range of 60 circle AoE, it would take 17,000 damage. Now if you look at his max upgrade, he will cost 40,000 to put down and do double of his damage and have double of the range, which is 35,000 damage. If we round it up, it's 36,000 damage. And the range being 120, while the SPA remains the same, which is 8 minutes and 33 seconds of cooldown. So if we take a look at this, range 120, what that means is that if you put him in the center of like almost any map or maybe even every map, he basically takes up the entire map, and anytime, any point at all that you're dying, you can just swipe and it's gone. Everything is gone. You just delete everything. But the thing about him is that he's very expensive to put down, so what you want to do is have Bulma to get you the cash to get him. Once you do get him, it's game over, it's easy game. But the thing is, you can't sell Kira, so that's the bad thing. So if you do put him down, make sure you got him right. Now, Kira is very necessary for infinite mode, so I would suggest you highly get him. Like I would really highly suggest that you get him. He's also good for gem farming in damage missions, so like if you want to get a lot of gems. Like Yagami, definitely if you have him, here I'll link my 100 million damage video. You can refer to that and see how you can get lots of gems by using exploiting Light Yagami. And number 2, we have Erwin from Attack on Titan, also known as Onwin here. So Onwin or Erwin is a 5-star support unit. He's also a unique unit, I would say, because he doesn't attack and only has a use for his ability, which is Shinzo Sasageyo. And basically, what he does is that he buffs every unit in his range based on his damage, which changes into a percentage. So if he has 50 damage, change it into percentage wise, which is 50%, every unit would receive an additional 50% damage buff. Now, if we take a look at his stats at level 80, now we will just take a look at his max upgrade. So he would cost $2,000 in total, and he would have 89.5 damage, which means everything in its range of 33, it would receive a buff of 89.5% damage, which is incredibly a lot, and only for $2,000 you can almost double up the damage of a unit, which is crazy, man. Like, now Erwin is stackable, so you can stack Erwin's buff by buffing another Erwin, and then that Erwin buff can buff up to 200% in total, which is the max that this game allows. So at level 80, or actually at 65 already, you can buff up to 200 with only 3 Erwins in total. So boost 1, it will give an 89.5% boost, and then boost 2 will give 168% boost, and then boost 3 will give the maximum amount, which is 200%, which means each unit will have times 3 of their base damage. So say a unit does 1000%, if you were to buff it, it would receive times 3 damage for 30 seconds. Now, thing is, after the buff runs out, you can have another row of Erwins to continuously buff that unit. So each Erwin ability lasts for 30 seconds, and it goes down for cooldown for 60 seconds. Now Erwin is very necessary for especially infinite mode. In story mode and in trial, Erwin will definitely help a lot. Like, he will make your game so easy. Like, Erwin is just so good, like for real, trust me, you have to get Erwin. If you see Erwin in a banner, I'd rather you get Erwin rather than like Mihawk or something like that. Like, Erwin is just too good. Definitely, you see him in the banner, definitely get him. At number 1, we have Bulma from Dragon Ball Z, also known as Bulma. She's a 4-star support unit who is also one of the unique ones. She is only for giving cash, so she's like a monkey farm if you would compare it to Bloons TD. She's very necessary for every single mode in the game: story mode, infinite mode, trial. If you have her, she will definitely make your game a breeze, like no cap. So if we take a look at stats at level 80, upgrade 1 or upgrade 0, she costs $300 to put down and give $50 at the start of every wave. Now her levels affect her cash income growth, except for level 1. When placing her down, she just gives $50 no matter how much you upgrade her. But afterwards, if you start upgrading her, if we take a look at her max upgrade stats, she costs $5,826, and at the start of every wave, she gives $2,360, which is a lot. So take this analogy. So you buy Bulma at wave 12, and then you get Stonkus at wave 13, 14, 15, which means get money every wave. You would have 7,080 in total, and then you would sell Bulma for 2,913, and then you would have 9,993. And then, you know, of course, buying Bulma costs some money. So you minus that, 5,826, and you would get 4,167 for profit. So that's only from 3 waves, $4,167. That is only for 3 waves. So if you were to buy Bulma from the very start and like just farm straight up, like every round and all, like even from like wave 8 onwards, you can get like already a maxed out Bulma. You wouldn't have tons and tons of money. Like this is just for 3 waves. So Bulma, definitely get her. She is only 4 stars, and she is very good for infinite mode, story mode, anything at all. You need money, bring Bulma. She got you. Like Bulma, very good unit. She'll help you in Trial 3 if you haven't been using her at all, by the way. Alright, thank you everyone for watching this video. You know, like if you enjoyed everything and if you learned something, please leave a like on the video and subscribe, of course. Thank you very much. And of course, if you comment Gracely1 Luck God, please bestow me your power. No cap, on this very Christmas today, Gracely1 will pull up to your house and give you a 5-star unit or 4-star, anything that you want. If you want the units in this video, any of them, type that in the comments. Gracely1 got you, man. He's like Santa Claus, like no cap, for real. That's how I get all my units basically. Gracely1 built different. Alright, but anyways, have a nice day. See ya.